John Michael from the Hanover Hangover tonight. And of course, my partner.
All right, good. Hey, everybody, it's John Michael here at the Hanover Hangover, and we have a super special guest tonight, Mr. John Vento. You heard of him, you've seen him. He's written over 60 songs, over 25 videos, all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Please welcome to the Hanover Hangover, Mr. John Vento. How you doing, man?
Great.
How's the weather?
The weather's good. It's warm. We had a nice ride out. And what a treat it is to finally connect with you.
Yeah, we met out in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, David Granati's studio.
Yeah, when you were recording.
Yeah.
That was nice. David's like, you gotta wait for John. You gotta wait for John.
It was so great to meet you guys.
And we did. So I'm kind of starstruck. I am. Because you've written so much music, and I like when David introduced me to you, he showed me the live wire.
Yeah, high wire.
I'm sorry, high wire video,
yeah.
and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a full scale production, beautifully written, perfectly done. Now we're gonna play.
We're gonna show that. Yeah,
we're gonna play that. But before we get too far,
but can I make a correction before
sure.
we do our toast?
Yeah.
I've contributed to writing a lot of songs. I'm so blessed with so many great collaborators.
Yeah.
So thank you for the compliment, but it's about a team. So okay.
Well, it is a team. Thoughts and stuff. So, all right.
Let's
Here
do
at the Hanover
my
Hangover,
man.
we have a little toast to break the ice, as they say.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Good thing I'm not driving tonight.
Oh,
thank you.
oh, that was good. That'll warm us up.
Yes, it will.
It is getting cold.
Thank you.
Okay. So
Let's talk music.
let's talk music. Livewire.
Highwire.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Highwire.
I like that line. We're going to have to write a song called Live Wire. Could be an omen.
That's not what we're going to start with. We're going to start with the Carrie Furnace promo.
With the NEID'S Hotel Band.
NEID'S Hotel
the band. That I'm
That
in.
is your other band.
Well, it is the band.
Okay.
The other material that I do in the recordings are primarily studio projects.
Oh, okay.
And then I take those songs out with a trio, Shirley Ann Hawk and Bob Zigarelli and I, and we do acoustic versions.
Okay.
So there's only one band, and it's the NEID'S Hotel Band.
Okay. Okay.
But the songs don't really fit each entity. You know, the NEID'S Hotel Band is a 7-piece R&B kind of thing with a saxophone player and 2 electric guitars, and it's a full ensemble, as we're going to see here in a minute. Whereas the stuff that I do away from the band could take on all kinds of different personalities.
Yeah.
And often does. And I use studio players for that stuff.
Right. It was, like I said, it was impressive seeing the real recordings, and it was new for me. A real studio, a professional studio.
Well,
I mean, not my make-believe stuff here.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call this make-believe. You've got a great thing here, and you support independent musicians, and I thank you on behalf of all of us.
You're welcome.
Guys scratching
it's
and
actually
crawling, right?
it's a pleasure. It really is. So we're going to talk about this video here. Mm-hmm. And now, what's going on here?
Well, this started over a year ago. There's an abandoned steel mill in Pittsburgh called the Carrie Furnace, and it's a historic site. And we were able to gain access to it for 2 reasons. One, we toured the facility with the curator, and we interviewed the curator.
Wow!
So as we watch the video, you'll see the entry point of the Carrie Furnace, the steel mill, which has not been operational for many, many, many years. And then we brought the band. So our thoughts are, we're going to make it happen. We're going to have a full-length 50 to 60-minute documentary on the Carrie Furnace with live music being performed on site with the NEID'S Hotel Band.
Okay, so the whole song is to promote the historic value.
Well, the Carrie Furnace is really well known.
Okay.
And is historic. So the idea of this of the documentary, if you will, is both. It's to show off for those that haven't been there, this incredible facility, and also to feature the NEID'S Hotel Band, some music.
Now, the NEID'S
that's what this
Hotel
is.
Band is very impressive. You've got so many instruments going on there.
Yeah, there's 7 of us.
Now, the song that you're singing with this,
Brother.
I'm sorry. Did you guys all write that together?
Not this one. I wrote this with
You
a
wrote this one
collaborator a
independently?
long time ago.
Right.
With a guy named John Fox, who's a friend and a great musician. John and I wrote this and recorded it away from the band a long time ago, but I always thought it was a song that fit the NEID'S Hotel Band.
Right.
So a few years ago, we re-recorded it as an entity, as an outfit, and we perform it live in all of our shows. So it's a really special song. I had some friends that were struggling with drug addiction.
Okay.
I mean, serious shit. You
Yeah.
know? And so that's what this song is about. It's, brother, hey, reach out. We're here to help you. You know, and we pray for you, and we want to support you. And the key line in the song for me is, "Are you really clean like they say?"
Okay.
Meaning, did you cross over back to sobriety? And we're here to
Okay.
welcome you back. You know,
Okay.
so that's what this song is about.
Brother.
Yep.
That's a great song.
Thank you,
And that hits a lot of people.
everybody. Everybody,
Yeah.
directly, indirectly.
Indirectly with myself, kind of directly. But you know, when it's family, it's directly.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
When I say directly, I mean it's close, right? And of course, or folks that, I mean, it's horrible.
It is.
And it's getting worse.
It's
It's getting worse.
I don't know. I know it was bad when the doctors were pushing that opioid stuff.
Yeah.
I mean that
Now this fentanyl
Oh.
shit, you know, it's coming in like crazy. It's heartbreaking, man.
it is.
I have a friend that lost a beautiful daughter who was a college student, and she tried it one time and she died. 6 months later, he lost his son. You talk about devastation. Yeah. We went to 2 funerals in 6 months. What do you say to that guy? You know? But anyhow, so that's what this song is about, brother. It's about the love and the support of folks that struggle. I mean, it could be drug addiction, it could be a mental illness, it could be anything. You know, the song was written that we have an obligation to reach out and speak up to support that person.
Right.
So that's what that's about.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of this one.
You should be. You should be.
It was early for me. Yeah.
I think you're not getting the credit you deserve.
Oh, well, you gave me way too much, so thank you.
No.
I got some. Yeah, I'm a quarterback guy, but how about this band? I mean, we got some great players.
You do. Now tell us about who is in your
well,
band.
right now in the video,
sax
we
player.
got Ed John on sax, who has been around a long time. He's a well-known player. Fred DeLuze, our keyboard player, toured with the great Roy Buchanan back in the 70s and early 80s. Our drummer.
So Roy's on keys. And
No, that's Fred. Fred, who played with Roy Buchanan, the
All
great guitarist.
Fred's on keys.
Our drummer is Greg McEltrott, who is a multi-instrumentalist, primarily a great drummer, and an incredible singer. He saved my ass many times when I was having vocal cord problems.
Oh.
On guitar, right there on guitar is Jim McCullough. And the guy with the red hat on guitar is a great Pittsburgh guitar player, Tim Hadley. And then our bass player over there in the left-hand corner is a really interesting cat.
That
guy
fellow in the back.
Yeah, that guy in the back.
Yep.
He is not only a fine bass player, but he's a world-renowned opera singer.
Okay.
So, I mean, he gets these opera gigs, these 2-week shows or whatever.
wow.
And, his name's Eugene Perry. And he is such a blessing to all of our guys. We love each other. We support each other. It's just
There's Eugene. Right.
Eugene Perry right on the
Yeah.
bass. Yep.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so we have a great group, really. And our shows primarily consist of original music.
Well,
You
that's
know.
what they should. But sometimes people just want to hear what they know.
Casino. We call that the casino show.
There you go.
So we go to casinos, and maybe a typical show is 70-80% original and 20% some cool covers. The casino shows kind of flip flop.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't. Yeah. And how do you feel? How do you feel about performing somebody else's songs?
Oh, I embrace it. There's so many great
There is.
cover. I mean, obviously, I feel better about playing our own songs.
Right.
But we try to make the cover songs our own.
Yeah.
You know, perform them the way, you know, with our own spirit and our own style. And, you know, frankly, as performers, we kind of have an obligation to the audience. If we're at a casino, which we do a few times a year,
Right.
you know, we know what that audience wants to hear, but they embrace the original music too.
Yeah, that's good.
So, you know, we just do a little more cover songs.
Right. So you know, the cover songs is the music that inspired you to become a musician.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, so
those people, yeah,
you know, you need to honor.
absolutely. That's
you know,
a good way
honor
to put
the
it.
ones, because if they didn't do what they did, you wouldn't be inspired.
That's
to
a
do
great
what
way to put it.
To what you're doing.
Honor and respect
In respect,
those
also.
original artists.
Yeah.
Yep.
There is a lot of them out there. So growing up, who was the band? Who was the guy?
I was a Motown guy growing
a
up.
Motown.
Yeah. Funny for you know, lily white Italian dude, huh? But I loved Motown. I loved Dylan. I loved Bob Seger. You know, I'm 60,
Okay.
so you know my sweet spot was the 70s.
Okay.
But I also loved Rush.
Yeah.
I saw Rush probably 10 times.
Really.
I love Joe Jackson. My favorite band ever was Thin Lizzy. I saw Frank Zappa probably 6 or 7 times. So I'm all over the place.
Wow.
But the guy that is most meaningful in my life as a musician is Harry Chapin.
Harry Chapin.
Yes. And that's not only because of his music, but it's because of his charitable work and how he used his music
Okay.
for charitable purposes and to support other people. So that's the guy I try to emulate, you know.
Now you don't play an instrument.
No, I don't, but I have to tell you,
You're a singer.
I'm a singer, and I write some lyrics and melodies and so on. I need to learn basics, and David Granati and I were just talking about this the other day. It's time to pick up a guitar and just learn some basic things, understand that instrument better.
Yeah.
I need to, really. I really need to.
It's not easy. Well,
I know.
you see, I have, but
Yeah.
I can't.
I know it's not
I've tried.
easy.
This is why I honor those you guys who can make the music.
Yeah. And
because
they
I
kill
can't
it.
do it.
And they kill it. Yeah, I've not. I started with some piano lessons. I wanted to surprise our guys, you know, a few years ago. Just basic stuff, basic understanding. And I just didn't stick with it.
The Boogie Woogie. First song you got to learn.
I got to stick with it.
Or The Entertainer. So now Miss Ann, she's a pianist.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. She's fantastic.
Wow.
She will never play publicly.
Isn't that funny?
It kills me.
Isn't that funny?
Like, what do you...
Right.
Yeah,
But,
she
but
says, no,
if
I do
it's just
this.
for her.
She says, I do this for me.
Well, that's very cool. Yeah,
So
I
she
need
taught
to
me
do
the
something.
piano. I had, you know. And,
So you're playing now? You're playing the piano?
I got away from it for a little bit, and I have to get back to it.
Yeah.
But she has a full piano in her house, so I love going over there and,
Oh, wow.
you know.
That's
she
wonderful.
Just rocks the neighborhood.
See,
you know.
my you know, I think I mentioned to you when we met, I had 2 vocal cord surgeries.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, over the past 3 years. And so in recovering and trying to get healthy and taking singing lessons and trying to do that right, my singing lesson person, she'd really like me to learn some basics on the piano
Yeah.
before guitar.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. So
It's not that
I might
hard.
lean that way.
Yeah, it's kind of just, you know, you just figure out. Yeah. That's cool, though. I'd love to hear more about that. So what other stories do you have? Now, you've been doing this for a while.
Well, yeah, I started later in life. So I'm 60 and I got serious like in my 40s, early 40s, which most guys, you know, that are in music at the level that I am, they've been doing this stuff since they were teenagers. So, you know, when I started with a great group of guys, we were called the Businessmen.
Okay.
So in 1997, I'm married. I've got 2 young children. I get a call out of the blue from a guy I knew through music. And he said, hey, I'm writing all these original songs and I want you to be the singer.
Oh, wow.
I said, me? I mean, I don't exactly have much range and I've got my own little struggles, but yeah. He said, I'm writing these songs for you. So we recorded
Wow.
a full-length CD called The Businessmen. and we took a little twist on it. We all wore suits and ties, and all of us were gainfully employed. And
Right.
we were proud of that fact. We
Right.
didn't pretend to be anything other than we were. And the album's great, and it's a lot of great original music, and away we went. And through this, my friend Bill Hibbert, and he kept writing, and then I'd start to contribute. So by, I'd say, the early 2000s, I kind of got the bug to see what I could do.
Okay.
And I met a producer, multi-instrumentalist named Buddy Hall.
Oh.
Buddy is from Pittsburgh.
Right.
Yeah, he's big league. And he was so supportive, and I started to just write ideas, or I would hum songs.
Right.
Because, when you don't play guitar or piano, you have to find a way to communicate your song ideas to musicians.
Yeah.
And that's what got this this path started. And that was almost, well, it wasn't almost, it was 20 years ago.
Wow. It doesn't seem like 20 years, I'm sure.
It doesn't. And I remember our early sessions, they were right after 9/11.
Oh.
That's when we started.
Right.
And I made an album with him called Reflections of an Average Soul, which was me away from the band.
Right.
And then shortly after that, the Businessmen did another CD, and then I came back and did another CD.
Right.
And, with session players and then back and forth, and I've just been recording ever since. I don't think I've really stopped.
So what category would you put your music in?
They put me in Americana, rock and roll.
Americana.
And then with the NEID'S Hotel Band, kind of an R&B thing.
Okay. Because I get the Christian rock thing.
Well, I released...
Because it's very good religious music that you're putting out there. It's very spiritual, some of the stuff.
It is very spiritual. Thank you for saying that. It's not directly Christian music, and it wouldn't fall in that category.
Okay.
But it's so funny that you say that almost every song has an element of spirituality. Says the word God, mentions a higher place,
right?
Mentions love or helping your brother.
I picked up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the fact that your songs have stories. They're real stories.
Yeah.
They're just not some random lyrics that just sound good together.
Well, thank you.
You can close your eyes and listen to your music, and you could see what's going on. Maybe I'm the only one, but most people.
No,
you can play the movie in your head.
Thank you, and that's the idea. Because once again,
and that's
lyrics,
hard. That's a big deal when you can do that.
I think it's a big deal to folks that are my age, and I was talking with a young producer, 23-year-old hip hop guy, great young man, and we had this discussion about lyrics, and he mentioned that for a lot of young people, the lyrics aren't as important as they used to be. Now, this was his perspective. Okay. But yet, on the other hand, you go to a college campus and you see all these kids wearing Johnny Cash shirts.
Right.
Led Zeppelin shirts,
so don't tell me the lyrics don't mean.
Right.
Are you just wearing it because it's popular? It makes you
I don't know.
look cool?
I got to continue this dialogue with this young fella because I want to learn.
Yeah.
But for me, excuse me, the lyrics are the foundation of the song. The story is the foundation of the song. And it drives the music, the style of the music.
Yeah. That's great. So you want to share another song with us?
How about High Wire? Let's do High Wire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
because that's really personal.
Let's play that. Well, yeah. I have to tell you. It's about finding your spouse or loved one, finding out you have cancer.
No. Actually, it could be cancer.
Okay.
But specifically, it's about 3 special people in my life. Very special, including my wife, who struggles with muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
MD. I have a very, very dear friend who has MS.
Okay.
And another lifelong friend who struggles with Parkinson's.
Oh, okay.
And I'm very involved with all 3 of these people in their lives.
Right.
Not as a caregiver, because they're also active, and they're just amazing people. And it just struck me one day that they really do walk a high wire, or they walk a tightrope. Their life is a balancing act.
It is.
It's a balancing act. And that's what this song...
I had a very personal experience with the cancer part in a previous relationship, and that's what I picked up. Now, it depends on your situation.
Correct, because I don't mention any diseases in the song.
What you're going to pick up on it. And it really hit home.
Yeah,
I mean, it really hit home. And it's not easy. It's not easy for the person who has to deal with it. It's not easy for the people around them who love and care for that person. Having any type of diseases and disailments like this, and you nailed it.
Yeah, we're really, really proud of this. Dave, I got to give Dave Granati, when I brought the idea to him, I actually collaborated on the lyrics with a wonderful friend of mine and a songwriter, lyricist Bert Laubel.
Mm-hmm.
And he got the story right away because he's also had family members that got this horrible bad news. Like you said, it could be cancer,
Yeah.
right? We could name all kinds of things. The key of the song is that these people have this situation, or this, my wife calls it a gremlin.
Okay.
Okay, she calls her MD a gremlin, but it's an obstacle in their life. But yet they work hard to overcome it.
Right.
Cancer obviously could be terminal, and it could be terminal very quickly. But either way, no matter what this is, it's a balancing act, man.
It is,
and that's hence the title High Wire. And I wanted the music. I kept pushing David, who plays some great guitar on this.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to be really raw, and we brought the harmonica into the track,
right,
for the purposes
which I was practicing it in case you were going to bring and sing.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, because I play. That's one thing I can kind of do is the harmonica.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Next visit out, I'll bring the guys. We'll do our little acoustic trio for sure. Live.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But it's a really special song.
It is.
For
like I
us.
said, it's a tearjerker.
Yeah, well, thank you. And Shirley Ann Hawk's vocals,
right,
just kill it. And that's why we brought her element into it, because she's also adding us an additional emotion to it.
Right.
So, and David just, we worked hard on this one, on the arrangement. And you got to have the right players to make that happen. So thanks.
It is an awesome video. The lyrics are awesome, and the way you put everything together is just
Well, the video is produced by my buddy Jim Patulski, who I want to give a shout out to, because all 3 videos we're watching this evening for the show, Jim Patulski produced.
Well, he's a hell of a producer.
You might know Jim because he used to spend. Is there like a thing out here called Near Fest? A big rock?
Near Fest?
Isn't it? Yeah, I think it's called Near Northeast.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a progressive rock festival that they've had for years, and Jim used to manage Dream Theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm
I
sure
didn't
you know who Dream Theater is, the progressive rock band. And Jim was in New York. He discovered Dream Theater. He managed them for many years, and then returned to Pittsburgh. And he has his own video business and audio and video. And
well, kudos to Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, you're an inspiration. I hope to one day be able to be that good with the production. He
puts his heart into it for us.
Yes, he did.
So thank you for featuring. Yeah, dedicated to those that walk the high wire every day with courage and grace.
That
it really is inspiring.
That is inspiring.
Yeah.
Now, how did you meet your band members? All of them.
Well,
because you're working with
some of the best there are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that one guy made that happen. When I was recording with Buddy Hall, we brought in a drummer named Ron Beidel.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie was in a band called Wild Cherry. Play that funky music, white boy.
Oh, okay,
right.
Wild Cherry, right.
So at the age of 21, Ronnie toured the world with the likes of the Jackson 5 in Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire. He was...
really? Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Sure, because Wild Cherry had the #1 record in the world. Play that funky music.
Right, and it's still hot.
Still hot.
Yeah.
It's like #1 on AT&T download.
Yeah, I mean, you go to any dive bar, it's being played.
Oh, it's everywhere. Every wedding, right?
Yeah.
So I used Ronnie as a session drummer, and after we recorded some stuff, he came to me. He said, I really like what you're doing here. Let me put a band together for you. So when Ron Beidel, who's not only a great drummer, but an even greater dude who everybody loves and respects, when he calls that bass player, his buddy, and says, hey, I'm working with this guy. Sure, Ron, where you want me? And when he calls a keyboard player the likes of Fred DeLue, yeah, Ron, where you want me? So
nice.
It was because of Ron, not because of me, that these cats, then I got to know them. Now, Timmy Hadley and Jay Mack and I go back 25 years with the Businessmen.
Right.
The 2 guitar players.
Right.
But I give Ronnie the credit. And then sadly, a little over 3 years ago, we lost Ron to, he had cancer, routine surgery, and it just didn't go well. But we miss him every day.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
And then Greg has been our drummer now for a couple of years.
Right. Yeah, that it happens. There's nothing else I can say to it. It happens.
Yeah. And as you get older and you approach my age, brother, bad news.
Oh.
It happens more.
Yeah, you know what? 40, my body started falling apart, and now I'm going to be 50 soon. And
Yeah, I think you're pretty sexy for an old guy.
oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and I'm not hitting on you. I don't like your, quote Dave Granati, I don't like your plumbing.
That's good. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Nobody's said that to me before.
There you go.
Thank
That's
you.
a Granati quote.
So we're going to go with one more song.
Yeah.
I know you had a long trip out, and we, you have to rest up, and you got things going on. But you were going to bring, you were going to sing tonight.
I was, but
Yeah.
this COVID thing, I got over that a few weeks ago.
So you had COVID about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, it hit hard.
And it's serious.
It's very serious. Don't mess with it.
It wasn't as bad in the last year when they said it was so bad. Like, I didn't know anybody who had it.
Yes.
Now,
Yep.
I can name 5 people.
Yep.
I can name 5 people.
Just having that discussion with someone the other day that we know so many people that have it now.
Right.
Or in the past month.
Right.
A year ago, I maybe I knew 1 or 2.
Yeah.
My wife and I both had it.
Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, because you want to help your spouse. And if you're just as sick as they are,
we were together in it.
It's like you actually have to bring somebody in to.
Yeah, we were luckily though. Our breathing was fine. For us, it was severe headache and extreme fatigue.
Really?
Yeah, and a little bit of congestion, but we never got to the scary point. On my way up here today, I got information that we lost another musician in Pittsburgh to COVID.
Oh, Jesus!
Be the 4th one in the past few months.
It just doesn't seem natural.
It's not natural. Don't even get me started.
It doesn't seem right.
No, this thing is
it seems like a biological warfare.
Seems like it.
Seems like it.
Yeah, okay.
But hey, so we have a new song called New Mexico.
And
speaking about New Mexico,
Mexico Way.
Mexico Way is about leaving everything and
taking off
and finding a new life because the world's just fucking crazy right now.
Yeah, the lyrics were presented to me by my man Wolfie, Matt Wolfirth, who is he's just a crazy writer. This guy writes, and he bombs me with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, this one jumped off the page, and I had an idea for it. I brought it to Dave. I've never, ever contributed to writing a song or recording it faster than this one.
Really?
This was done in a matter of a few days. I mean, done.
I mean, how many times in your life do you just want to burn it all, pack up a little duffel bag, and just go and get out of here?
And that's what this is about, New Mexico Way. Just take off, just get out of here. And it's amazing how quickly, I've read about some of these great epic songs like, where they say, Jimmy Buffett says, I wrote Margaritaville 10 minutes. I'm like, come on, who are you bullshitting? 10 minutes, words and music. Well, it happened to us on this one.
Really?
It was a matter.
It's not just a dream. It does actually happen.
David and I had this thing laid out within a couple hours. We brought in George Pirelli on drums. We brought in Shirley on background vocals. David played the guitars and the bass. I tweaked the lyrics. We were done. It was the easiest song I've ever recorded.
So,
I don't know why.
Speaking of tweaking the lyrics, so when I was out at the studio with David and you were in recording, you were very particular about a one word or line in a song you were doing, which I'm not going to talk about. It hasn't come out yet.
Right.
And I was like, so we're listening on the production side. I don't hear the difference. You and David heard the difference.
Yes, we hear the difference.
And that was amazing.
Yeah, we really grind.
Yes.
It just doesn't. I mean, this came together very quickly, but it isn't that we didn't grind. We still fine-tuned it, and
there's a lot of work that goes into it.
There's a lot of work because. Watch Get Back, the new Beatles documentary. Yeah. I mean, it's over 8 hours of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
By the masters,
And it was seriously, like, I had no idea. And I don't think most people actually have an idea. Now, you're not using auto-tune. You're not using GarageBand. This is the real deal.
These are musicians playing.
And if you don't hit the note just right and you don't like it,
Yeah.
delete and do it again.
Yep.
Which is awesome, because that means when you do play live, you're going to hear what you heard. So what you're coming out of PA is going to be what you heard on the radio.
Right.
And that's important.
Especially with the NEID'S Hotel Band.
Yes.
When we record, we reproduce that live.
Yes.
We've got 7 pieces. Now, when I do stuff away from the band, John Vento music, I'm not as sensitive about that because I don't necessarily plan on performing that, but it still is musicians actually playing instruments.
Right.
There's no studio tricks.
Right.
And you've got to be able to sing, and you got to know the harmony parts. But I think you brought up something about the lyrics that's so important. We tweak, but you also have to know when to stop. Because you can rub on it so much that you just take the soul out of it.
Right. It's like editing, video editing.
Same thing.
It was when I first was learning video editing, it was the same thing. You got to know when to stop.
Yeah.
When to stop.
Sting
stop.
has a famous quote. Sting said, "I don't ever finish an album. I just quit on it."
There you go. Yeah.
So, but though that it's where you want it to be when you quit on it.
Right.
So yeah, New Mexico Way. This song was #2 in South Africa on iTunes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. For independent artists, we're really proud of that.
Now, speaking of iTunes, where can everybody hear your music?
Well, I've got this guy that puts me and the NEID'S Hotel Band, and even the businessmen are out there on Spotify, and the iTunes and all those upload places. And so if they Google John Vento Music,
right,
or the NEID'S Hotel Band, NIED'S, NEID'S Hotel Band, or The Businessmen, they'll find this stuff everywhere. We have a pretty good digital footprint between videos and recordings and so on, and websites and so on.
Right. That's the social media part of the business anymore that's a full-time job.
I get help on that. You
need it.
Yeah. You have to understand that.
I'm trying to currently encourage my 9-year-old granddaughter to take over my social media, or at least one of the channels, and I'm trying to encourage her to get more involved in this. Yeah. I mean, to be able to. Would be cool. Every great musician. I'm not saying like players and stuff. They started when they were young.
Yep.
It's so much harder to pick up when you're in your 20s or 30s.
We were just talking about that with guitar and piano, yeah.
And if I can get her, she has an interest. I just have to get her involved in the big picture and see what's going on.
Yep.
So
Dave Granati has
exactly.
He has that camp.
That school.
The school that he has.
Right.
And, of course, Cousin Eugene's with me on this trip today.
For those about to rock.
For those about to rock.
Yes.
And, you got 9-year-olds and 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds. And Eugene's grandson, Michael.
Yes.
Who is a great drummer. And, we've talked about Michael.
Yes, we have.
And then there's these Julian the Hooligan, and Mike. David has a whole band that he created.
And
of
he
8 to 12-year-old kids.
Creates multiple bands.
Multiple. Yep.
And now he's been doing this for how many years now? I think it's 12.
Yeah, maybe more.
At least 12 years.
He's so great with the kids.
Oh, he is.
You know why he likes to say? Because he didn't grow up.
Well, that's good.
He has that beautiful spirit, and the kids relate to him, and he teaches them life lessons in addition to music. He also teaches them, not to get off track, but David Granati, the Granati brothers toured with Van Halen. They lived that rock and roll life.
Right, they did. So they
which
had
included
the experience.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right?
Right.
And he's told these kids, don't go down this path. Okay? I've been there. I'm lucky that I'm on the other side.
Right.
And it means a lot coming from someone that lived it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, David. You're just so awesome. We just got to throw you in there.
Oh, we love David.
For those about the Rock Academy in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yep. David Granati with a G and an R.
Yeah.
Italian stallion.
Mm-hmm. I love the way he walks. He's got swagger.
He's a rock star.
He's got swagger.
The
dude walks into a room and it's...
Him and his brothers in the band, they were buddies with Eddie Van Halen and Alex and Michael Anthony. And not just Van Halen. He's been around...
Doobie Brothers. He opened up for the Doobie Brothers.
He opened up for the Doobie Brothers. They toured with Jay Giles' band, 38 Special. He'll give you the list. And they got to really live the dream, man. And they were young.
Speaking of living the dream.
Yeah.
What's in store for you guys next?
Well, for me, I'm just going to, I've got this project called Brick by Brick.
Okay.
And I've been releasing these singles one at a time. And I think I'm about 6 tracks away from stopping.
Okay.
And then selecting the best of the group and then releasing a full-length CD. I might even change the title, but let's call it Brick by Brick for now. So I'm in the middle of 2 I'm working on 2 new original songs, both in, we'll call them both approaching the red zone. We're down to the 20-yard line, we'll say.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep doing that. And then the NEID'S Hotel Band, we are working on a remake of a song that we had years ago, but we made it a lot more R&B called We're Just Fine. And we hope to release that along with the Carrie Furness movie that we mentioned in the spring.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because live performance with this whole COVID thing, man, we don't know where it's going.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to be able to get some good shows in this year. But, that whole dark winter that I hear from a certain person says that word too many times. Yeah.
Who knows where it's going to go?
Right. So are you doing something for Christmas?
We are. Actually, thank you for asking. December 18th, the NEID'S Hotel Band, we have 1 gig left the rest of the year. We're kind of backing. We're doing a major Christmas show at a beautiful theater in Pittsburgh called
What's
the
it
Oaks
called?
Theater.
The
Oaks Theater.
Oh, the Oaks Theater.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's retro, beautifully renovated. And we have 5 guest singers to front the band.
Oh, nice.
And it's the first time we've ever done 100% Christmas songs.
Wow.
I mean, it's so funny. Through the years, we'd have these big Christmas concerts.
Right.
And maybe we would play like Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Right.
And at the end, people were going, well, it's really not a Christmas concert. Well, that's what we call it.
It's a winter gala concert.
Correct.
Let's call it that.
This time,
It's
100% Christmas songs. We have some incredible professional guest singers that are wonderful. We have 2 women and we have 3 dudes, and it's a lot on the band.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to say here, you're going to learn these 30 Christmas songs.
Well, most of them they probably have in their head.
These guys are
from
so
the years.
talented, and they're going to be like, the David Letterman. They're going to be like the backing band.
Okay. So who's playing Santa?
The Oaks Theater's providing Santa Claus. We need to talk to Santa about the show. Thanks for reminding me.
We got to talk about that. That's
it'll
awesome.
be fun. That's December 18th.
All right. So is there anything we missed?
No, I think, I want to thank you. I've seen a lot of your podcast, and you've only been doing this a year, but you're making a name for yourself, brother.
Thank you.
And your true support of independent artists is really, really cool and really appreciated.
Thank you.
So,
all right. So
thank you.
For the Hanover Hangover, I'm John Michael.
I'm John Vento.
And that's John Vento. And we're going to say goodbye.
See you guys. Thanks for having us. I thought it went great.
You good?